he was actually one of our best farmers and a very popular man in this particular village. So the villagers heard about the wall being painted, the request that he be put on it, but he actually died. And then besides that, all of the land behind the painting belonged to him. Now here we have the infamous chickens on the left, folks, and this segment of the wall is a good depiction of the reason why you'll see so many chickens. Now the fact is, guys, we don't eat them. We don't eat the chickens you see running around in Tortola because traditionally the chickens are like pets to us. Like how you would have a pet cat or dog, we have pet chickens. I have about 15 in my yard, by the way. We won't eat the eggs of the chickens if we can find them, but normally they hide the eggs away from us. And that's one of the strange things we do here, folks. We don't eat the local chickens, but we do eat the ones that we import with all the chemicals in it. That's one of the not so smart things we do here. Now the donkeys were one of our main sources of transportation before we had cars. Tanya is a vegetable that looks, tastes, and is grown similar to potato. Dipping it was basically cleaning or grooming the cows. And then watering the cattle, that's actually one of our main water sources, the wells. We have a lot of wells on the island. Hopefully I will be able to show an example of one. Bong bong is also a vegetable that looks, tastes, and is grown similar to a potato and is also known as a cassava. So what we do is we grind it, flatten it, bake it, we make a bread out of it. It's called bong bong bread or cassava bread. And then as you can see, those are some of the few tropical fruits and vegetables that we can grow on the island, which would only be for our own consumption and not for export. Now here we have a local indigenous music. It's called Fungi music, and the band is called a Fungi band, where all of the instruments are handmade instruments. Now this is a depiction of a 400-year-old rum distillery that we have in operation at King Garden Bay, and it's only about 5 or 10 minutes walk away from where we stop at the beach in case you want to check it out. And we will be driving past the rum distillery when we're leaving the beach. Lord in the Sand, this is actually one of the 3 segments that is painted by my brother. Once again, my brother was one of the artists. They called him Ghost. Now guys, I don't want you to be fooled by what you see on your left, folks, because I've never seen crabs that big, okay? So the crabs are never that big. That's really exaggerated. Now what we do have is wonderful water, so fishing. And that's actually our main food on the island. Boiled fish is our main dish, and something that we call fungi again, that we make out of cornmeal. So our diet consists mostly of seafood. Also, as you can see, our history of schools are very small. Most of these schools did not have tables and chairs, and we all used to go to school without shoes. Third and final one painted by my brother cutting the sugarcane. And here we have the coal pit, which is like a fraction of a coal mine. In the early days, before we had propane or cooking gas, most of our cooking was done with coal. Mr. Daniel Farrington, he was also a long-time resident of this village and a very charitable man, very giving of himself. So again, in appreciation to him, they gave him a portrait. Right behind of his painting, that little concrete thing, that was his outhouse, his restroom to his childhood home. And to the right of that is his childhood home, which is now a sheep pen. And then last but not least, we have the evening sun with the pelicans, where we should see some pelicans once we get to the shorelines as we say goodbye to the wall. So the